No coding, no templates, I just let Webflow AI do its thing, and this is the website it made. What's up everybody, my name is David, I hope you're having a great day. So Webflow has an AI website creation tool, and it's really good. Now Webflow I would describe as a platform as a relief platform for people who know how to code. That means if you understand HTML and CSS, you can build a very beautiful, high converting website with Webflow without having to code every single little thing. That's the advantage of Webflow. But this AI website creation tool that Webflow has really unlocks Webflow for everyone else. So if you're ready to get started, make sure to check the description for links to Webflow. They do have a free plan to allow you to test out the AI website builder and Webflow in general. Obviously, I do recommend you upgrade to a paid plan when you're ready. Anyways, let's get started. Webflow AI built this website at the click of a button. So I'm going to walk you step by step on how to get started with this AI tool so you can generate a beautiful, well-designed, high-converting website. And I'm also going to show you how to customize everything, even if you have no idea how to code, you don't know anything about HTML, I got you covered. So let's begin. Welcome to my laptop. Let's begin. So this is webflow.com. Now, like I said in the introduction, I would describe this platform as more than a website builder. I agree with that, but I'd also describe it as a code relief platform. So it does help if you understand code, HTML, CSS, etc., JavaScript, because it allows you to design in a visual canvas with pre-made, pre-designed building blocks that take care of the code for you. So you don't have to code every single little thing. But again, like I said, the AI tool that's built into this platform right now is very cool, and it unlocks Webflow for everyone, even if you don't know how to code. So let's jump over here to the pricing tab to take a quick look. Okay, so Webflow's pricing is a little bit complex, but not too difficult to understand. So they have sites and then they have workspaces. So workspaces typically are for teams, and they're going to be using Webflow as a staging platform to collaborate on site design. And then when you're ready to move that from a staging site, which is usually like a webflow.io domain, to a live website, that's why you would sign up to a workspace plan, because you're working with a team and building a bunch of sites. If that's not you, you're going to want to jump over here to sites, the standard site plan. Now, there's really only two plans that I really like. I like the starter plan, obviously, because it's free, and I like the CMS plan because you get access to Webflow's CMS on the back end. So let's just jump over here to build monthly. So it's $29 a month. This is $18 a month for basic. But the biggest difference right here is you get 2,000 CMS items. Over here, you get 0 CMS items. So a CMS item would be like a blog post. So you can have like static pages and 2,000 blog posts, technically speaking, on the CMS plan, whereas the basic plan, which is just like $11 cheaper, you only get 150 pages and that's it. So it really depends on what you want to do. If you're happy just building out a static website for whatever reason, small business websites, for like a local business, or you just need to create static pages that you're not going to be updating that often, then the basic plan is totally fine. And the free plan is great because you can just get started right away with Webflow and you can follow along in this video. So that's what the plan I'm going to be using in this video is. So let's click over here and start for free. Okay, so just follow the on-screen process to sign up and create your account with Webflow. Welcome to your Webflow dashboard. So this is where you manage your website. So let's go ahead and click on New Site to launch the AI website creation tool. Now you can select a way to get started. You can start with a template, a blank site, or the AI site builder. So let's go ahead and launch the AI site builder by just clicking on it. Now it's going to ask you what you are building. This is either a personal project or a business. So I'm going to go ahead and select a business over here. And what is the name of your business? I'm going to call it Digital AI Art. That's just the site I'm going to create with this. I'm going to create a website about an AI art website. Anyways, let's go ahead and click on next over here. And now it says share some details. So it wants you to write out a nice description of the site. My partner and I build custom websites, blah, blah, blah. So with this, either you can write it out yourself or you can use some type of generative AI. So I have ChatGPT opened up over here. I had asked it just to create a site title, like a site description for an AI tool about digital AI art. So let me go ahead and copy this. And we'll just take that. Looks good over here. And let's expand it down just a little bit like that. Let's go ahead and paste that in. And yeah, it looks good. So let's go ahead and click on next over here. Now you can define your style. So you can have the AI suggest the style. You can go with professional, natural, minimalistic, futuristic, elegant, playful, bold, colorful, sophisticated, and bright. So totally up to you. And of course, you can always go back and regenerate the site again if you're not happy with how it came out. So I'm going to go ahead and select playful over here. Actually, I would like to see what this comes up with. Now we have the primary background. It's going to be light in color or dark in color. Again, up to you, or you can have it be AI suggested. I'm going to go with lights. I would prefer a lighter site design. Brand tone and voice, AI suggested. I'll leave it that. Primary color, AI suggested. I'll leave it as that. Let's go ahead and click on generate. Now the AI gets to work creating our website. Fantastic. So it just wrapped up the site design right over here. So let's take a look at the offer section over here. Nice menu item at the top right there. The logo section that you can update and a button as well. Let's scroll down and take a look at this. Yep, nice images and sections that we can update over here, as well as a section right there. This beautifully designed picture section right there. Feed your creativity. Different links to galleries that we can update. So again, you're gonna have to create additional pages, but then you can link this section, update the image, whatnot, and link to like whatever page you create for your site. Then we get down here, nice little FAQ, and yeah, looks really, really nice overall where AI art comes alive. So the copy is pretty good as well. Obviously, you're gonna have to customize this yourself. Okay, so right over here, down here, you can click on edit prompts and you can have it regenerate if you're not happy with how this came out. And you can choose a different style as well. So futuristic, minimal, or you can just navigate over here to go to AI suggested as well. So let me click on AI suggested. Let's go ahead and regenerate and see what the AI comes up with on its own. And I'm gonna switch the primary site background to AI suggested as well. So let's go ahead and click on regenerate. Okay, so it just regenerated the site design and this is what it came up with. A nice dark offer section at the top right there. Good copy, kept a lot of the same elements, just changed the copy and colors around ever so slightly. All right, so over here is where you can customize things even further. So you can choose your theme if you want to cycle through different colors. And obviously you have the access to the colors right there if you want to fine tune the colors as needed. Okay, if you're not happy with the colors that are coming up over here, you get a bunch of different options over here, light and dark. And you can choose different colors. Okay, just play around with it as needed. Then choose your theme right out of the box. I personally like this color over here, nice lime green button, or this one with the kind of stands out with that red button. I like that actually a little bit more. All right, so the typography, you click over here and it pairs the, let me click on this actually, click on the actual typography box right there. All right, so you have the font packs over there and you can play around with everything as well. So the different sizes of your titles, okay? So if you want to make your H1, H2, H3 title tags large, extra large, and so forth. Now, if you scroll down ever so slightly, let's get down here, then it comes with font packs. So it pairs the body text with the appropriate header because certain header text and body text go together and some don't. They don't match very well. So right out of the box, it's kind of picking a style that makes sense and looks great. So I like this by default over here, but if you want to choose a different style and layout, you can go ahead and do that right here. So just as a quick example, we'll just select this one right there, which is, let's see this one right there. So Fiera Sands, and then the body text is different over there. And so again, just play around with it. You can cycle through different options. So you have sans, serif, mixed, mono, and creative fonts as well. So we have right over here, we want to go like really big, bold design. Again, I personally like the way this looks right out of the box. So I'm just going to leave that as is. So click away to minimize that. Okay, so then you have sections over here. So let's navigate to this. Okay, so you have subtle over here. So all primary, footer, and versed. So over here is how you can kind of switch around the footer style and color. So for example, if I want the footer in verse right there, I can click on that, makes the footer black. All primary, footer, secondary. And so you can play around with this and click and choose the site design and color scheme that you're happy with over here. So that makes this light, this makes this dark down here. So totally up to you. So over here we can go all primary like that. So white and white at the top right there. Me, I personally like having a colored background. So alternate primary, footer inverse. Yep, black looks good. And then this is nice and white up top there. I like that. Buttons over here, click on that, choose your button style and color as well, and the roundness if you want buttons that are really round, a little bit round, simple bold, simple extra bold. Again, you can cycle through all these different options. You get a ton of different options. So I personally like this one right there, bold shadow. We'll click on that, and yeah, I like the way that, yeah, that looks much better to me. So we'll keep that with the button over there. And then you have cards. So cards are this object on the web page. Right down here are cards. So let me click on cards, and we can have the different drop shadows and site designs and colors and styles with the different cards. So let's click over here for this one. All right, and we have that nice drop shadow aspect going on. So it looks good. Okay, so let's back out of that. We have roundness over there, and there you go. Okay, so those are primarily the customizations that you can make. It's pretty detailed, not crazy detailed. And obviously you can kind of click into here and move sections around right there. So you can move that down, move it up, and then over here you can swap styles. So if I click on this over here and I click on swap styles like that, I can cycle through the different styles that are come pre-built in. If I want to move this section down, just click on that and it moves the section down as needed. So personally, it's better to have this little section up the top right there. We'll move that up over here. It looks good. Or if I just want to have that at the very top right there underneath that, you just click on, again, the little arrow over here. Okay, and this just totally replaces the section as well. Now, you can see the plus sign right here, and that allows you to add in a different section if you want while you're still in this Webflow AI process. Let's click on that plus sign right there. Now we can just click at the click of a button. We can add in a hero image, features, pricings, a call to action, testimonial, content feed. This is useful if you have the CMS plan and you have blog posts, FAQ, contact, team feed, content header, navigation bar, and the footer. So looks fantastic to me. So let's click on the hero over here. So we have a bunch of different options over here that we can kind of just click and add in if we want. So very, very nice. Click on the feature section over here. So again, just you can cycle through this and scroll through this and pick the element that makes sense if you want to add something in. So for example, let's navigate all the way to the bottom right here. And maybe I want to have like a final call to action at the bottom right there. So we'll go ahead and click on CTA and just throw in a call to action over here. And so we have the large title right there. Let's cycle through that and looks good. And I like this one right there. So this is a pretty long heading. Let's click on that. And at the click of a button, there we go. So then we have to update the image as needed. And there you go. So looks great. Anyways, when you're finished with the AI tool, just go over here to click on Start Building to import this into Webflow. Great. Now the website has been moved over to the Webflow Design Editor. Editing and adjusting your AI template in Webflow. All right, so this is Webflow. Welcome to the design editor. Now to get started, you have your right-hand sidebar over here, which has all your technical details for whatever block you're editing. So if I click over here with this block right there, this is an H1 heading. That's correct. This is the title of the page. Over here, you have all your style settings. So it could be a little bit overwhelming, but you have a lot of technical detail with the style. You have your settings over here, so you can change this from the H1 setting, and you can change the text, custom attributes, search engine indexing, a bunch of technical details over here. Now, if you just want to change the copy of any block you see on your site, pretty easy. Just double click it, then away you go. You can start typing whatever copy that you want. Now, the images that you have over here, you can just click on the little gear icon, then you click on replace image. Okay. And you may notice that there's no like reverse button. So if you make a mistake, you have to click on Control Z to undo anything. So let's just do a quick example of like making a mistake, so to speak. So I'll take this image from ChatGPT, and I'll drag and drop it over there, and let's do that again. There we go. Okay, boom, there it is. So it came in above the image over there. So maybe like, oh, that's a mistake, I don't want that. How do I reverse? Control Z. There we go. So that's how you do that. So if I want to swap out this image for something else, I click over there, I click on replace image, and because I uploaded that image already, there it is. So you can just update your images as needed with all the different copy. And away you go. You just do that with each element over here on the page that you see. And when you click on over here, you can click on the cycle styles button right there to change the colors very easily as well. And so let me click on this element right there. Now, once I click on this element over here, you can cycle through the next layout. So it creates a different layout that the AI generated that you can use. Okay, so again, if you make a mistake, you can just go back and fix everything as needed. All right, so a few other little details that you need to know about with the way Webflow works is that you see the navigation up top there. You notice that it's green. You're like, why is it green? Well, that's a component. You have your footer and your navigation are components. Components are things that are across the website on every single page. Obviously, you want most pages to have the header and the footer. So if you customize a component, it changes it across your site. Okay, so let's go ahead and update the logo. Now, I do recommend that you create a graphic within like maybe Canva and make it 200 pixels by 50 pixels. So here is the graphic that I just created, very simple text logo. So how do you upload that to your Webflow website? It's very easy. So just make sure to just double click on everything. And all you want to do is just backspace out of this, remove it. There we go. And boom, now it's gone. Now you want to click on the box again. There we go. And now you want to click on it so it's highlighted with this blue outline. Once you have that blue outline, then it's very simple. All you do is drag and drop the logo into place. See? Boom. Simple as that. And then once it's in place over here, then you can just adjust the size as needed. So I click on that. I want to make the size a little bit bigger or smaller and so forth. We can just easily do that. I'll just keep it that size right there. Okay, keep it like that. Whatever, simple enough. And again, Control Z if you make a mistake. So then just upload the image directly, and it's as simple as that. Okay, so now you have the menu item at the very top right here. We have gallery, about, blog, and so forth. And so very simple to add in new links that we want for our site. So let me click over here for the navigator because that's how everything works over here. Now let's take a look at the about link. So if I highlight that, what it did right here is has the text over here for about, then the text block settings are about right there. Now you can change the way this is written by literally just typing in and just changing the text as needed. You can write whatever you want to change the link. Now, if you're like, well, how do I change like where this specific link is linking out to? Well, it's a little technical, but you gotta click over here for the navigator. And then the menu list right there, the nav link, and then about. See how it says T about? That means text about. The nav link right there, this is where this link is linking to. And you update the URL right here, okay? That's how about and blog are working with the AI created templates. So it has the nav link above over here, and then the text right there. Now, if you click on add a link, because I'm going to add a link to the, no, if you click on add link, it adds a link over here. Now, this is much more easy to customize because you click on the little gear icon, then you can change the link to something else like, we'll just say resources, and then you can update the URL over here, then the type of URL that you want. Then finally, you have your button over there, and the button is under nav right. So click over here for your navigator, then you navigate down here to your nav right, then expand that to be open. Then you have the button group right there. And now the button text is get started right there. And if you want to change where it's linking out to, you just click on the little drop down right there, and it has the button, and then you have your button URL right over here where it says URL. Then you just update this URL, and that's where the button will be linking out to. And if you're going to be linking out externally, then you want to make it open in a new tab over here. Just click on new tab. Or if it's within your website, then just keep it as this tab. And finally, to edit and adjust the footer is very simple. So first off, with any type of text box, again, you just double click into it to change. So you can just rewrite the copy as needed. And you can just update any type of link down here as well. And again, just like the menu item, it's like a little two-step process. It's not like, oh, I want to update the Instagram. So I'm going to click on that and highlight this. And then like, hey, let me click on that little link right there to update the URL. It also works by way of this aspect right there with the navigator. So again, see how it says footer link and then the text is Instagram. So the footer link is changing the link for this specific piece of text. And that's how you update the link as well. Then you're like, well, hey, like, I don't like that there's only like 3 things down here. Like, how do I make more? Well, the way I would approach that to keep everything quite simple is I'd navigate over here to LinkedIn. I'd right click on that and then I'd click on duplicate. Okay. So if you want to add more items, that's the simplest way to add more. So I'd do that and then you can update the links down here as needed. Now, let's say you're just not happy with this footer at all and you're like, oh, I wish I could redo it. Can I redo it? Yeah, you can redo it with the AI, no problem. So the way that would work is that you gotta click up top here. You gotta click on this little star thing, whatever. Click on accept over there. Click on that. Yeah, accept. Okay, so once you click on accept, you can click on footer over here and it'll generate you a new footer. So now it's coming up with a bunch of different designs for the footer. So you can swap out this one if you want. So we can cycle through that over here. Take a quick look, all these different options. Okay, so maybe I want like that to be the footer instead. Click on it, it'll load a little bit. Then I'll add it to the site design. And there we go. So now we have a new footer. Now it has 2 footers. So if you want to get rid of this one, what you want to do is go over here, then right click and then click on delete. And then this will be the footer. Now, once you delete the original footer, you're going to have this brand new footer down here. So you have to update the logo. It's the same process, updating the logo in the menu. But one thing that you do need to do is you need to right click over here. Then you need to create a component. Okay, so you need to turn this into a component. So click over here. We'll call this maybe footer 2. Call it whatever you want. Anyways, click on create over here. And then boom. That's now a component on the site. Okay, boom. So now it's highlighted green. So now this has been added and changed into a component. And there you go. It's really that simple to update the footer of your website. Now then you have to go through each of these items and update links as necessary. It's totally up to you. And if you ever want to add back in the footer that you had before, just click over here for the footer and then drag and drop it, or just click on it actually and just adds it in. How simple is that? Then come up top here. I'm going to remove this one again. So we'll click on delete, then boom, added this back in as needed. Adding pages to your site. All right, so this is the home page and that's how you kind of customize everything. So how would you add in additional pages? So for example, like we have a link to an about page, a blog, resources, but these are just links that aren't linking to anything. You actually have to like create the page and then link to it. So how do you create a page? Very simple. Right over here on the left-hand side, you see something that says pages. Go ahead and click on that over there. And then you want to navigate right over here where it says create new page. Go ahead and click on that. You can generate a new page with AI. You can create a new page, or you can create a page template. So totally up to you. So let me go ahead and click on create a new page and just show you how that works, starting with a blank page. Keep it all untitled, but again, you give the page a title, the URL with the slug, whatever you want to call it, and then access, SEO settings, the metadata, all that good stuff you just edit and adjust over here. Anyways, let's go ahead and click on create. And there we go. So now we have a nice blank page. So what do? Step 1, you want to add in components, obviously. Right over here, your components, and we want to add in our navigation. Okay. So you just click on that, or you can just drag and drop it over here. Click on that, and then boom, there you go. Simple as that. Now, once you have this blank area, you need to add in elements to begin designing your layouts. So go over here on the left-hand side and click on plus, and then go over here to add in different elements. You have a wide range of options. You have structure, basic, typography, the CMS if you're on a paid plan, media, forms, and more advanced options as well. And of course, you can just stick to the AI. Just click on the AI and then it adds in whatever section that you need. So for example, if I want a hero section with a nice big title at the very top right here, I can go ahead and do that. Let's see what comes up with. Looks good over here. So let's cycle through this. Take a couple different options over here. And yeah, I like this one. That looks good. Nice. Okay, so now we have a bunch of different images that we can just easily update, and I have this nice title at the very top right here, and away you go. So you just keep on clicking this generate layout button right there, and it just generates you another layout that you want to add in. So for example, if I want to add in a call to action as an example underneath this, I can easily do that. So I'll go over here and click on this box right there to add that in. And yeah, that looks great. And then over here, when you're finished doing that, make sure to go over here to your components, then add in your footer at the very bottom of the site. And of course, if anything's kind of clashing over here, then you just need to make adjustments as needed. But that's how you would edit a blank page starting from scratch. Okay, so what if you want to use the AI tool just to auto-generate a page? What does that look like? How is the performance? Let's take a quick look. So let me navigate over here to pages again. Let's go over here to click on create a new page and then generate a page with AI. So I want to generate maybe an about page. Let's go ahead and click on that. And the AI will just create a well-designed about page for us that we can just then customize to our liking. Fantastic. This about page looks great. So let's scroll down and just take a quick look. Yep, everything's very nice. Now, of course, like any other section, you can just click over here to generate a new layout to add in a different section as you like. And of course, you can cycle through different colors over here, like that type of section, and change the color like that. It looks good. You can just play around with this at the click of a button and just edit and adjust your about page and any page that you create with ease. And finally, the last little detail that you need to know about is the ability to change the variables. So over here on the left-hand side, you have something that says variables. Go ahead and click on that. Then you have design system. Click on defaults right there. And then boom. So this is where you change everything, okay? If you want to change like the accent colors across the site, broadly speaking, and so forth, and the typography, the background color, text color, border color, radius, spacing, gap, base typography, and so on and so forth. This is where you have all these like really detailed, granular, technical options on the back end. Now, of course, you can click on the block and edit and adjust to your liking per block as you like. But if you want to control the site design, broadly speaking, you want to navigate to, again, variables. Then you want to click on default under design system. Okay, so whenever you're done with your site design, just make sure to click on publish up top there, publish to selected domains, and away you go. So this is the final design of these sites. It looks very, very nice. Nice big offer section right there. Showed you how to customize all the little details. Scroll past this. Looks good overall. And again, the AI just quickly and easily created this site design. So the AI tool at Webflow is very, very powerful. I think it outclasses a lot of other AI website creation tools. You just need to take a little bit of time to understand how Webflow works on the back end, so you can edit and adjust the little details like the mega menu over here and your menu items and where the button navigates to, and updating your logo and updating images, little things like that. But you can now rely on the AI tool to do the heavy lifting for you with regards to the design and layout. All right, everyone, that's it for this video on Webflow's AI website creation tool. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe and hit that like button. Overall, I find this tool to be very powerful. It's on par with like a Webflow template that you can just auto-generate and then jump in and customize yourself. Now, for a complete beginner who's new to Webflow, yeah, there is going to be a little bit of a learning curve, particularly editing your header and your footer in a way that you like, but it's not too difficult if you're willing to learn. You're smart, I believe in you. Anyways, my name is David. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.